Assalamu alaikum, hello, and welcome back to the channel. So, today we are discussing about PHP conditional statements, if, else if, and these type of statements we will cover up. So, last video was about to the PHP operators, and we went over to the different type of operators, okay, arithmetic operators, logical operators, and other stuffs we discuss. So, our today's agenda is about on the conditional statements, and conditional statements are words are usually to perform different actions based on different conditions. Very often when you write code or you want to perform different actions for different conditions, you can use conditional statements in your code to do this. Like in PHP and in other languages, obviously we have the if statement. If this statement is true, then execute this part, else go to the other part. Same like we have if, else if, switch. Okay, so these type of statements we are discussing one by one. So let's start coding in the file. I want to just more zoom it for you so you people easily see the code. So let's starting with a simple example of if else statement. Let me start the PHP first. We remember the server which I am using, the XAMPP server. My video has already uploaded on the YouTube, so you guys check, and I will provide the link for XAMPP server, that how you install and how to use the XAMPP server. So here I am using about the PHP if else statement. So first of all, what I need to do, I need to declare two variables. Let's say I'm taking the p variable as 5, and I'm taking another variable that is called f, and I'm assigning the value 12 in it. So once I assign the value, now what I need to do, I need to use the if else statements to check and returns the result as well. So how it works, let's see in the code. I'm using the if statement says what, put the condition. I'm saying be remember you need to give the condition, okay, what you want to check. I'm saying if this variable b value is greater than, okay, or equal to the other variable, that is the f. Okay, so once I assign this, now what I need to do, then what it will return, it will return and says a simple function that p is greater, p is greater. So else if this part is not working, if this is greater, first of all let's talk about if statement. So I am saving this file, okay, and let's see what it is returning. Okay, will it return something or not? If the statement is true, then it will return. Be remember, if my statement is false, then it will never returns anything, okay, because I have not given the else condition. I'm just first of all teaching you the if if statement. So let's go back in the server, and let's see. It is I refresh this page and it displays nothing. The reason for this one is that because my statement is not true. Let's see in the code. Yes, I said if p value is greater than or equal to f. Okay, as p value is smaller, it's not greater than f. But if I change this greater than symbol to the less than, then we'll see it will return something in browser or not. Let me refresh, and it is returning now p is greater because the condition is true. Okay, so this is how if statement works, but I'm changing with this the greater one sign, the last one sign. Now I am giving you the else condition. If first condition is false, if p value is not greater than f, what will happen? And I'm saying in else part, what you need to do in else part, just return this one, echo, and return f is greater. So this is the second part which I have given. So now let's check in the browser what it is returning. Now it says f is greater. And why it is saying, because the condition for f, the else part is true. We remember if one condition is true, either it's if or it's else condition, actually it will skip this whole part. Like in this one, our p condition is false, okay, p is not greater than f, okay, so this it will actually neglect this if part, this whole code till here, and it will declare, starts compiling from here one where you're declaring variables. Check the condition. If it is checking the condition is false, it will neglect this whole code and straight away comes to the else part, and whatever in the else part it actually runs that thing. So this is about to the if and else statements. Okay, I told you that how you use the if and how you use the else. If this part is true, then execute this one, else execute this one. Now we need to talk about the if and else if condition, that how you use the else if condition. So changing something new, I'm saying if this is greater than f, p is greater. Now one more condition I'm giving else if. Okay, sorry. Okay, I said else if p is not greater than n, then says p is equal, let's say, yeah, p is equal to f. This is the second condition. If else part is wrong, then go to the else if part. If else if part is wrong, then what you need to do, you just run the remaining else one. The last part which you need to execute, that is called echo. So here I'm selecting this one, echo display result or whatever. Okay, so this part I have written in the code. Now let's run in the browser and see the different conditions for different ones. First of all, we need to check that is p is greater than f. If p is greater than f, then run this if part. Let's see which condition will run here. Okay, parsing error, expected token. It is returning some error. Need to check where it is. Oh, I hope so. I did the mistake in the else part. Let me declare this again for you. Okay, else if, sorry, I forgot to give the condition here. I'm saying that dollar $p is equal to dollar $f. So what you need to return, you need to return the echo, you need to return p is equal to x. So return this one. Now we'll see what it will return in the browser. Okay, it is returning result. It means that it is returning this else part. Why it neglects this first part and why it neglects the else if part? Now let's try to understand and demonstrate this. First of all, we need to check that is p is greater than f. No, p value is 5 and the f value is 12. It means that p is not greater than 5. When p is not greater than 5, it means that it will neglect this if part. Okay, this part is finished. This part I'm commenting, this part will not run because p is not greater than 5. This part will neglect. Now moving to the else if part. Else if part says if p value is equal to the f, is 5 is equal to the 12. Obviously not. It will also neglect this code as well. I'm also commenting this one. This code also it will neglect. Now returning to the last part, else part. Else part is what? Whatever. Okay, the last part is always run. Okay, if your first two or three condition is false, then else will automatically runs. Else we did not give any condition, else we said just display the result if first two conditions false. Now let's change the condition something. What I'm saying, I'm just equalizing. Okay, I'm just signing 12 equal, and let's see what the result will appear in the browser. Now this time it says p is greater. Let's try p is greater or not. Yes, we said that if p value is equals to the f, it is returning this part. Why it is returning this part? Because in this condition we said if p value is greater or equal to the f. Okay, if it is greater or equal to the f, because if it is, as you see, it is not greater but it is equal to the f, so that's why this part is executed successfully and it will neglect this part. But if I change and remove this equality sign, now you see the result would be the different. Yes, as you said, B is equal to F. Okay, so what was actually problem? Actually, in one condition, I assigned two things. I said, is it greater than or equal to? Okay, I give two conditions. So that's why the second my this else if part is not working. But once I remove this equality sign, now the simple condition is present. P is equal to the F, so it simply runs this code. So this is how your if else and else if statements works. Okay, you can give more conditions as well in the else if condition, but be remember for better practice, okay, you use the switch statements, and switch statement is what we will explain this later. Okay, you give else if statement, you give multiple conditions, okay, for different based on different actions you give multiple things. But if you want, if you have a lot of conditions, you can use the switch statements, and switch statements actually selects one of many blocks of code to be executed. Okay, so now let's try to use the switch statement and we'll explore this one. I'm just raising this all and again declaring the PHP syntax. PHP is the most loved language. I love PHP. Okay, so I'm using the switch statement. So first of all, before taking or declaring the switch statement, we need to take a variable. Let's say I'm taking favorite car. Okay, favorite car I'm taking, and my favorite car is, let's say, what is called, which car I need to take, that is Mercedes. Okay, so Mercedes I have taken as my favorite car. Now I need to take the switch statements. Mm, yes, this one I'm taking. Okay, so switch statement syntax is here. We need to give the variable which we have taken above, that is the your favorite car. Okay, I have give this one. Now what I need to do, we need to make the cases for different cases. Let's say someone favorite is, we have let's say someone favorite car is, let's say Volvo. This is someone's favorite. So if user selects this case Volvo, then what you need to display in the echo, you just need to display your favorite is echo, simple. Your favorite is Volvo. This will display to the user if the user selects this Volvo option. Okay, and you can give more cases as well. Okay, so do not need to worry. Case, sorry, I need the whole case. So you here you give another variable. Let's say someone favorite is BMW. So BMW I have taken, and what you need to display in echo, uh, your favorite is BMW. So here one you can take one more for your is. So one variable more I'm taking, and this time I'm taking a model that is called a Ford. I love Ford. So display in the echo, mm, your favorite is Ford. So sorry, so your favorite is Ford. So I have taken these three cases. So let's run this code. Else in default, this is the default option. When user didn't select any option, then where then default case will run. Okay, if the user didn't select any option, then the default will run. And echo, in echo which we are displaying, you select nothing. So this is what displays displayed to the user if the user did not select anything. So let's run in the browser. Need to refresh it again. Warning, undefined FAC. Okay, sorry, one mistake I did. That is my FAV, but I have taken FAC. That is the favorite car I need here. And the rest of things are same. Now need to refresh. Yes, you select nothing. You select nothing. Why I did not why it displaying this default part? The reason for this one is that this is actually the favorite card. This is the user's choice. Okay, we remember this is the user's choice. I'm just leaving as it is. This is the user's choice. When the user selects any of the favorite card, let's say there is some option displayed to the user that in one number you have Volvo, BMW, Ford, the number of cases which you have make. Let's say you have make the 50 cases. Okay, let's say you have make the 50 cases for that one, and user let's say select something. Okay, so let's say uh, you have make the 50 cases, okay, for different car brands. You have taken Mercedes, Lamborghini, okay, BMW, and for different car models, and you are displaying something the user. If the users let's say select your option, let's say I have make the cases for the Volvo, for the BMW, and for the Ford, and let's say user is selecting the Ford. Now let's see what will work in my browser. Your favorite is Ford. Okay, so it depends on the user's choice. Okay, user, you can make the multiple cases, but the user will decide, okay, what is a favorite car for the user, and whatever the user selects the car, actually the result inside for that case will display to the user. So this is how your switch statement works. Okay, this is the switch statement. So, okay, you can make the multiple cases. Okay, and you just give an option, or you can say give a list to the user. So whatever the user wants, he just enters his input, and the output will display it. Whatever in the case, it will display it to the user. So this is about to the switch statements. Okay, today we went over to about the conditional statements. We discussed the if, else if, okay, and multiple condition, and we discussed the most favorite part, okay, for various option, that is called the switch statements, that you can make the multiple cases. Okay, and you take one variable, okay, which the user wants. User gives the input. When the user gives the input, whatever the value in the case, that will be displayed in the browser. So guys, I hope so you like my video. Okay, this is just a quick demo of the conditional statements, that how conditional statements used in any language. Okay, be remember there is only syntax different in the language. Okay, rest of the concept is same. If else statement is using in C++, in Java, in Kotlin, okay, in C sharp, okay, in Python and other languages. Okay, there is nothing different, only the syntax of the language is different, that how the way you say that the way to write the code in